You open the door, got on the floor, walk the dinosaur. Hello.
Okay.
Be. Where of what? Be. Where the words? The words. What do you mean? Contagious words. Those who dream. Those who dream. Vice. Hold on a moment. This is a giant text box.
Strange new sensation in my mind.
Vice's voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical. What's going on here?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes. Perhaps we should start by asking this meth.
Man.
Math.
Asking this meth.
Who are you? Quad Love. I'm Quad Love. This is Vice. We heard something happened to the sailor, so we came here to help.
The villager stared at Quad Love and Vice. Okay, I'll be the narrator, you can be the voices.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream. How's that again?
The villager explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the forest of myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor determined that the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Weiss stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
Oh, see here,
He said,
are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream? Well, yes,
said the mayor.
I think you have. Oh, crap,
Said Quadlove.
so that means we've caught the Death Dream?
Before the mayor could confirm Quadlove's suspicion, Vice exploded with rage.
Ooh, ridiculous, preposterous, completely unfathomable, on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
The mayor attempted to take Vice's compliments in stride. Complaints. Compliments,
That's just how the dream works.
he said, brushing aside the book's remarks.
My remarks shall not be brushed aside, fool. And it would have behooved you to remember that this world allows me to view all of its narration.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed subject to who Quadlove had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream, said the mayor. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Quadlove and Vice racked their brains, but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Quimra Vice does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Vice chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gas bag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly.
I'm sorry. Irritated, Vice looked skyward, as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over to Quadlove like a contagion.
Wait,
Said Quadlove suddenly.
did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right?
The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Vice aside in the process.
Well, he must have said something, right? Oh, that's the mayor.
Asked
Some
the mayor.
specific combination of words. What was it? It was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or... oh. What the hell was it?
The narrator has to close the door. Somebody's vacuuming.
A sheep?
A sheep! Cried Vice suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Quadlove's face suddenly lit up. A sheep! No, goat!
I remember.
He said.
Those who dream. That's what he said, I'm sure of it.
At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Quadlove. He has the script.
That sounds right,
he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes
also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep.
The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper.
For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the Death Dream,
he said.
I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along. But I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams.
The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face.
I should probably be taking notes or something.
Vice immediately fired back.
I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams,
he said.
But perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it.
The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping it off at the tip.
I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream. I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it.
He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing.
My village was beautiful,
he said to no one in particular.
And it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of their lives. I just want us to be whole again. Isaac, make us whole again!
Oh god, I knew you were going to do that!
Free.
Jesus Christ. Dead space. The mayor's voice took on a note of steely determination.
And I won't stop trying until it happens.
Quadlove nodded in agreement.
Huh? Wait a second. I didn't nod. Why are you... Look, if we can be of any help,
said Quadlove.
Just ask. No, hold on, I did not say that.
Oh, I guess that's me now.
I did not just say that. What? I don't understand. Silence! Cried
Vice. The grimoire looked from Quadlove to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence.
Grimoire Vice's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor. You told us that nothing can exist in Stream without your knowing of it. But yet, you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes?
The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face.
Oh my god,
he said.
You're right! You're right! I had no idea you were coming!
You're right!
The human imagination is a limitless... The human imagination is a limitless engine,
said Weiss.
And dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you,
said the mayor.
I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are eager to dump place.
The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like.
Good luck, you two,
he called at the departing forms Quadlove and Vice.
We're all counting on you.
As Quadlove slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of deja vu. I saw this man once before, he thought, but where? Quadlove's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident that he could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Vice was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Quadlove to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Vice muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Quadlove snapped.
You know what, Vice?
He cried.
Go to hell! We're stopping! I need to rest for a few minutes before I throw up!
Quadlove leaned against the tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back.
How can this stupid forest be so goddamn big?
He muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. As if infuriated by his lack of respect, every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out with a volume that rattled his teeth.
Oh god.
Quadlove slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard.
Vice! What the hell is going on?
Quadlove could see Vice's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled. And then, just as Quadlove's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, Quadlove removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Zree! Times 4.
Zree.
Zree, zree, zree. Shakaka! 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 Wooma! Wooma! Oomba, oomba. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Quadlove began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't calling out, they were asking a question. 1 with it suffers, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my oh, you go.
By my pages. Is this a riddle?
By my narrator.
I guess so. This kind of thing happens a lot in dreams, right? Maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer.
1 with it suffers, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it?
Ooh, I like women. The answer is a secret. The answer is a woman. How the hell should I know?
Secret. 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 A woman. Inwardly furious that Vice left the task to him, Quadlove sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. A woman.
Woman. Right?
The sound of the insect stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Quadlove like a rippling wave, opening a new path.
These forest
arthropods.
These forest arthropods are making a road for us,
said Vice with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Quadlove moved on with new intensity. So intense. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose.
So much purpose.
So much purpose.
I guess the forest had accepted us, huh?
Said Quadlove after a bit. Vice spun around to face his companion.
Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads.
As Vice finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Quadlove picked up a small rock, and sent it skipping across the surface of the water.
Good heavens,
said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words.
Oh, that's awesome.
I enter through the window, but I break no glass. Riddle music! When night falls, I vanish. What am I?
Absurdly easy,
barked Vice.
Now answer it.
Quadlove grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's a bug. How do you strangle him? Never mind. He's right, after all. This one is pretty easy. I enter through the window, but I break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I?
It's like the sunlight.
Yes. Sunlight!
I knew that before, and I just like, okay.
A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Creating a shimmering rainbow that
fan art
the entire horizon!
Fan art this now!
We need somebody to do like a billion pieces of fan art for this whole thing.
In all my years,
said Vice softly.
I've never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look!
Cried Quadlove. awaking Vice from his daze.
There's a house or something over there.
Or something. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Vice saw a small cottage nestled among the trees.
That's weird, isn't it, Vice? I mean, who'd build a house all the way out here?
Quadlove walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Quadlove, but before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning, and this is really easy. I'm not even going through with that. Quadlove tried to ask the cloaked man why he even thought of riddle that easy, and then we answered the riddle.
If we engage this dumbass riddle, it seems we're gonna be dumb.
Yeah, I suppose, said Quadlove. A man!
An angel.
An angel. The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct! You won a new car!
With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true dick.
His true identity. He's a flasher!
No! You're the mayor!
Cried Quadlove. The small man slowly shook his head.
I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. You saw... Wait, you saw what? I'm sorry, I don't understand a thing you just said. It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Death Dream. Now you must go to the man at the forest entrance. With that... It's you.
Oh, with that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Quadlove watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from its existence. When Quadlove and Vice returned to the first entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them.
Good gravy!
I love gravy, he cried.
You made it! You actually made it back!
His left hand grasped Quadlove's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Vice by the cover and swung him through the air.
Gah! By the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We have not even told you if we were successful or not.
The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. A lot of head shaking.
I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again.
Quadlove withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile.
We broke the...
We broke it!
The Death Dream seal, he said. At least, I think we did.
The mayor's face beamed as Quadlove filled him in on the details. The deets! When the tale was done, the 3 of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep.
Okay. Wait a second!
What?
It's crazy. Why would we just lay down and sleep? This is one hell of a story. Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself.
Quadlove and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. I own you!
Have you forgotten?
Continued Vice.
It is words that control the Death Dream. Words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue.
With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing.
This is the first time...
Began the mayor.
It's the first time I've felt tired since I was in prison here.
His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. Quadlove shook the mayor's shoulder gently.
Good news,
he said.
We made it. Oh, wow,
said the mayor in an awed voice.
We did! I'm back!
He blinked once, twice, as though not quite believing the sight before him.
You two have no idea how much this means. The Death Dream The death dream had started to spread through our village, and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and come trapped in my own dream.
The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back onto the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Quadlove and shrugged. Without a word, the fighter reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. The fighter.
Real life may take some getting used to.
A wry smile crossed the mayor's lips.
You shall relearn in short order, I am sure,
said Vice.
For now, you should return to your home and rest. No,
said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet.
No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the death dream. I have to save them.
The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently.
This is a holy tree,
he explained when the prayer was finished.
It's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder,
muttered Vice.
Oh. We should not put our faith in the gods.
The mayor shook his head.
Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic and is a sealed verse.
Quadlove and Vice could not contain their surprise. It seemed the goal had been found in the most unexpected of places.
I say,
muttered Vice,
this is certainly a stroke of luck.
As the three of them said their goodbyes, Quadlove mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and mysterious words he had left them with.
I once saw a version of you that was not yourself.
It's the shadow. I don't know.
What in the world?
Muttered the mayor. Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment.
You know,
he said softly,
this is going to sound weird, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before, too.
Quadlove tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice.
Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figured it's just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything.
Quadlove gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words. I wish I understood what the hell was going on here. That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much. I can finally return to normal life. Just one more but off the
Jesus.
I know with the help of the village on the my what. Obtain
Silver's dark execution.
Some
Oh, that's the one you
magical
liked.
spikes.
The one that impaled people?
Yay! Okay, that's 23 minutes now. Oh. All such too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was gambling.
Guiding.
You think too much, Vice.
Alright, let's go save again. That was an entirely tech-based episode. I can definitely understand why some people would be impatient with this section of the game. We still have like 2 more areas to go through. All texts, but I think they're a little bit shorter than that one.
Good.
So yeah.
I liked it. I liked the scenery.
Yes, so we'll see you next time, and yeah, Nier.